Hi everyone, my name is Duki Islumbab and ang ako report karon ay database management system. So there are three layer model of database management system. So three layer architecture of BMS or database management system is a framework that helps in structuring a database management system from three aspect: users, DBA, and storage. The whole purpose of three-layer structure is to implement abstraction in database system. Change in one schema must not affect the other schema. This architecture allows the DBA to design the schema and implement secure access mechanism on store data. So, muna siya ang three layer. So, individual user view, common view, storage view. So external schema A, external schema B, external schema C. So conceptual schema of internal schema. So the internal schema is used by the users to interact with database. It deals with the way the users visualize the database according to their need. So this level allow multiple view of same data for different user without changing the underlying to schema. So the conceptual schema is the domain of database administrator. It is designed to represent the organizational data as a relation and records. If a change is to meet the conceptual schema, it should not affect the existing external schema. This level to allow multiple view of different conceptual records. So the internal schema is how the data is actually stored in the storage. Any change the internal schema in terms of hardware or file structure should not affect the above two. Mapping among the schema allows creation of relationship among records in the tree level. So next there are four different language of database management system. So ang first ay data definition language or DDL. Mo kuan siya mo create, drop, truncate, rename. Stands for data definition language. DDL is a language used to define a data structure and modify data. For example, to build a new table using the create common used to follow by the parameter for the table name and column definition. So ang next ang second ay data manipulation language o DML. Select, insert, delete, update. So a popular data manipulation language is that of structure query language, which is used to retrieve and manipulate data in relational database. Other forms of DML are those used by IMS, DLI, codacil database such as IDMS and other. So other kay data control language or DCL. Revoke grant. A data control language or DCL is a syntax similar to the computer programming language used to control access to data stored in a database. In a particular, it is a component of structure language. Example of DCL commands include run to allow speakers to perform a specific task. So ang last kay transaction control language or TCL. Rollback or commit. So transaction control language commands are used to manage transaction in the database. These are used to manage the changes made by DML statements. It's allowed to statements to be grouped together into logical transaction, and it is also used without save point command to jump to save point in a transaction. So kaya ang next ay mga components. So nara ang components of database management system. So ako na kay data procedures, database language, query processor, routine database manager, database engine. So next kay data communication protocol. Communication protocol is a system of rules that allow the two or more entities of a communication system to transmit information via any kind of variation of physical quantity. The protocol defines the rules, syntax, semantics, and synchronization of communication and possible error recovery methods. Protocol may be implemented by hardware, software, or a combination of both. Next kay different modes of data transmission. So ang first kay simplex mode. The simplex modes, the communication is a unidirectional as one-way street. Only one of the two devices on a link can transmit, the other can only receive. The simplex mode can use the entire capacity of the channel to send data in one direction. For example, keyboard, traditional monitors, the keyboard can only introduce input, the monitor can only give the output. So second kay half duplex mode. So in half duplex mode, each station can both transmit and receive, but not at the same time. When one device is sending, the other can only receive, and vice versa. The half duplex mode is used in case where there is no need for communication in both directions at the same time. The entire capacity of the channel can be utilized for each direction. For example, walkie-talkie, in which message is sent one at a time, and message are sent in both directions. Next kay full duplex mode. So full duplex mode is used when communication in both directions is required all the time. The capacity of the channel, however, must be divided between the two directions. Example, telephone network in which this communication between two persons by a telephone line through which both can talk and listen at the same time. So that's all. Thank you.